Living in harmony is possible if you know your emotions and how to handle them. I am Dr. Carmen Roman, and I will share with you the current psychology by myself or by interviewing experts who will inspire you. Learn how to live a life of fullness and how to recover your emotional harmony. Welcome to Emotions in Harmony. Hola, mis amigos in harmony. I hope you are doing great. This is a beautiful day in California. I am here sitting in San Jose, California, just looking at my garden. It's so beautiful. With my cat sitting around here and just beautiful morning. It's a morning to discuss some kind of difficult topic, yeah? So, welcome. We are back from vacation. We were like 6-7 weeks vacation time, very needed because we have almost a year without vacation, my team and I. So we didn't produce anything for 6 weeks. And it was so wonderful. We miss you guys. We miss you. But we needed to focus on other things as well. As you know, I have my full private practice and evaluations, immigrations are really getting more and more. People is really going through hard time. So they need more evaluations, immigrations, more private therapy, blah, blah, blah. So I miss podcasting and I love being here. Thank you. Thank you because we have the same numbers or more when we were on vacation without publishing that much. Thank you for keep listening and keep sharing. But we have new for this season of the podcasting is that I am going to include people who are not mental health professionals, but are inspiring to me. And we hope that you get inspired by these conversations by them. So I have selected, or I am selecting a number of people that are inspiring. And also, of course, we keep going with interviews with mental health professionals. And also, I have a bunch of solo episodes that I am preparing for you, just because I have fun talking here with you. So we also have new, please feel free to sponsor an episode. This is part of the new program in the Emotions in Harmony. Remember, we are a nonprofit. And if you feel like telling the world about one particular topic in psychology that you think everybody should know, you don't need to prepare the topic, anything. You just need to sponsor the episode and say, Carmen, here are my $500 and I want you to tell the world about this. So either it will be myself or a guest that I will select. So we will prepare the topic and we will name that episode after you, of course. So that is the way of you contribute to the world. Isn't that fun? Isn't that nice? Yeah, I like it. I like this new idea. Wow. So tell me what do you think? Or tell me other ways. Or you say, no, Carmen, $500 is really a lot for me. I don't earn that much, but I want to contribute with $5-10. Please do so. Help us because we want to support this production as much as we can. Okay, back to the topic or starting the topic actually. The topic today is about raising children on your own when you are a single father or single mother. This topic will apply for parents, mother and father, or father and father, or mother and mother, any kind of combination of couples. We are not focusing on the couples, we are focusing on the children. And let me tell you, I have the fortune to have worked with many families in a family setting together. And couple times, or a good number of times, I had couples where they are separated and they come, all of them, yeah, the father, the mother, and the children to therapy. And that's so nice because it is kind of a give them a neutral arena, yeah, where they can talk and they can work their issues, especially when the children are a little older. So I have the fortune to work with those kind of families where we sit, we talk about when the children go 1 week here and 1 week there, 1 week in one house or 3 days or whatever. So those are actually complicated sessions, but I enjoy so much sitting together with the parents who are divorced and they want to do something good for their children. And I agree. This is the less of the families that they will be willing to do something like that. Most of the families, they cannot even sit together. Or some of the families, they even have a restraining order in between. So it's very difficult for them to sit, and parenting is so challenging. It is. It is very challenging. So to do it alone, to do it as a single father or mother, is double challenging. And to do it in animosity, in arguing with the other's part, is just 3 or 4 times harder. So if you are in this situation and you are listening to this, please, I am sending you a hug. Receive my hug, because it's really, really hard. I know you are doing your best. And what I am going to say today is a list of problems that I see, common problems that I see in these families. And I know you want to do best. This is why you are listening to this episode. So it's going to be a little painful. Yeah, because maybe you do something of this. But it's good to listen, so you can see what effects you are leaving behind. And let's make up a story. Let's put a family. I am going to put pieces of families that I know together in my mind, kind of a puzzle, and create a family for you today. So let's put Juan and Silvia. Juan is let's put him as an engineer. Yeah. He's an engineer and Silvia is a lawyer. And Juan divorced Silvia because he doesn't agree with her and her life and her way of living. So he doesn't want his children to learn from her. But they are mandated to exchange the children. And Juan is concerned. Juan says, Carmen, I don't know. I don't know when they are with her, if she takes good care of them, if they are good fed, and the blah, blah, blah. And then Silvia comes and say, Carmen, I don't know if Juan really does his job. He maybe just focus on working and late hours, and he doesn't have time for the children, and he doesn't spend quality time, and blah, blah, blah. Both of the parents wants to do their best. So the common problems that I see is that the adults tend to have continuous arguments. They argue constantly in front of the children when they exchange the children. Sometimes they exchange the children in a restaurant, in a parking lot, or if they have a restraining order in between them, they exchange the children just through somebody or. So those moments are moments where are very stressful for the children. Because it's like, here we go again. Oh no, my parents are going to be in the same room, in the same area together. And the child can imagine all of the symptoms of the child, like headache, stomach ache, stress. If I am a child like that, I don't want to even move out of my bed in the morning. How difficult to see my parents arguing just because of nonsense, yeah? So when you argue, you are not doing a favor to your child. And I know you want to do the best for your child. Sometimes I see parents, Silvia may want to do, for example, everything because she thinks now she needs to cover for the father. She wants to have fun and quality time and do the homework and everything. And she says, I'm a father and mother at the same time, Carmen. You are not. You can only be a mother. Yeah, you cannot be a father. Yes, but I support them financially and blah, blah, blah. I know, but you can only be a mother. And you can be a good mother, but you cannot be both. It's kind of an ideal to think that you can be both. And something that I find actually very beautiful is that when the father is not present, or when you are single parenting and the other person is not present, life somehow is so beautiful. The universe is so amazing that your child will adopt the role of the father will get somebody who adopt the role of the father of the child somewhere, like a teacher, sister-in-law, a brother-in-law, somebody who will care for your child in that way. And the same for the mother. Children have magic and they always have people who care for them around. So you don't need to be worried about that much. Do your best. Do your best and the universe will take care of the rest. However, if you need to exchange the children with the other part, please Don't turn your children into spies. Imagine Silvia trying to find out if Juan is dating and asking the children about all these difficult questions. Imagine Juan being jealous about Silvia and trying to persuade their children that their mother shouldn't be dating. How nightmare for the children, yeah? It's difficult. Asking for loyalty to the children is also not a good idea. They are entitled to have love for their mother and their father. Or when they are single, the same-sex couples, like the two mothers or the two fathers, they are entitled. They actually have the right to feel love. You cannot mess with that. Loyalty is just a way to put in extreme stress your children. Because it doesn't matter if they love the other parent. They will love you the same. So the more you get hard about it, the more you separate from your own children. Including the children in the financial issues is not okay. Children are children. They don't need to be worried whether you can pay the rent, or they don't need to be worried whether your ex-partner gives you the money that he should or she should or whatever. And let me tell you why. Because in the mind of a child, everything gets magnified. You may say, your father didn't help me to pay the rent this time. And your father didn't help me, blah, blah, blah. And the child may think, I need to solve that. I need to talk to that. I need to make him. I hate him. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah? But the child cannot solve that. But they go to bed and thinking, I need to solve that. I need to solve that. And then you forget, because you go on with your life being angry. And then your children are not forgetting that. They keep that in their mind for many years. So please, just keep it to yourself. You don't need to talk bad to your child about the other partner, because life itself will show who it is. Life and experience and time will show everything, don't worry. And you say, Carmen, can you imagine Silvia comes and say, Carmen, I really need to tell my child that this is not the best father, blah, blah, blah. I know, but don't you think the child is smart and will find for him or herself? Just trust your child's wisdom. And, well, to be fair with you, I will tell you, yes, there are children that they will never learn. There are children, like I have some adult children in therapy, that the father was abusive, was in jail, and blah, 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 and they still say, it's my dad. He's asking me money, I want to give him money. And I need to work with them on that, yeah. Or they grow up and they always hate the parent that actually did all the correct things. But there are at some point in their lives, if they become parents, that they will understand you. Or there are some point in their lives that they say, wow, I am who I am because of my mom, or I am who I am because my dad was there for me. So they will recognize eventually. Don't worry, just do your job. Doing something to win the favor of the child, like to be the favorite father or mother, no, it's not helpful. Because what you may need to do to get that extra piece of love, according to you, is to do something like not setting rules, giving him extra time in the tablet or in the video games or something that the child loves. Yeah, if not, you didn't get extra love. Or buying expensive stuff that the child doesn't need. So it's not helping your children. You may be the favorite, or you may think, but it's not helping your children in the long term. You are not doing your part as a parent, which is educating the child. So it's not doing a favor to you or to your child in the long term. Another thing that I see very often is that one of the parents normally tends to buy actually more stuff than the other. Either because they can financially, or because they want to, or because the child needs and the other part doesn't provide what the child needs. So imagine Juan, who is an engineer and works for a very big company and has a lot of money, so he can actually pay the trip to Europe for his 16-year-old child. And imagine Silvia, who is now a single mother and has less money, and of course she cannot even pay a trip to the next city. So that should come because the child needs and is fun and whatever, not because you want to be the favorite. So no, earning the favor through that is not nice. I have some solutions for you. Oh, also I forget in the problems. Sometimes you get clothes and shoes and whatever, and then the children go back and forth, and they don't bring and toys, a lot of toys, and video games or whatever. And then the child goes back and forth, and then for some reason, very often, the stuff ends up in the house of the parent who doesn't buy it. The parent just hold it, yeah? Well, you need to, and I am going to talk about the solutions, you need to teach your child to be independent. So this is an excuse to jump into the solutions. Trust me, there is a way that Juan and Silvia can live better. Parenting, doing single parenting and doing co-parenting. There is so many ways. So pay attention to this. See, it's important, it's really important that you honor the agreements for exchanging the children, especially be on time. When you are on time, you are doing to your children a huge favor because you become trustworthy and they can trust you with many other things. If you say, Silvia, if Juan comes and says, Silvia, I'm going to pick up the children at 8, and Juan shows up like at 12 or noon or whatever, the children learn that they cannot invest emotionally in their father so much because the father doesn't respond the same. So Juan is the one who is losing here. Yeah. If Juan says, I'm going to give you the children at 6 and the children come back at 9, you are disrupting the children's schedule and everybody around. So it's not okay not to honor these agreements because they exist for some reason. And it's already difficult. Can you imagine? I see single parents who exchange these children, divorced parents, how their weekend really change. It's a weekend where they cannot sleep late, they cannot stay late or just be in pajama all day. They need to drive because they need to exchange the children. They cannot travel because they need to be at certain time. It's so hard. Why you need to dig hard in each other more than needed? It's already hard, trust me. Establish the rules and then stick to them. Teach your children to advocate for themselves. If you teach your children to advocate, then you don't need to be that worried about whether the father is not paying attention to them, whether they are eating, whether they are not. I know when children are very small, it's more difficult. When they are a little older, tell them, make them independent. You can do your own breakfast, or you can serve, or you can ask your father for the shoes you need, or ask your father for the school supplies, or ask your mother for that or that. So the more independent your children are, the happier they will be back and forth between the houses, especially for personal care. If your child learns to shower him or herself, if your child learns to feed him or herself, you probably, the father is trustworthy and probably they feed them and whatever, but then you will be less worried because if not, they will find their way. Yeah. I suggest the less communication with the other parent when they are in the household is better. The less, unless you are worried about domestic violence or something bigger. But the less, why? Because you can focus on your children when they are with you. So they don't need to be calling every 5 minutes mom or dad if they are only with you. So they learn to enjoy the life when they are in this household and that household. Not that I am telling the children not to communicate with you. Listen to me. No. But they don't need to communicate with you every 10 minutes, every hour, every 2 hours. They can have their life and call you to say good night or see you next day or whatever. And you can go ahead and have your own life. How is that? Isn't that fun? I know. It's my children want Carmen. I want them. I know. But it's fun. If you learn to have fun when you don't have your children, it's actually your free days. Yay! You can do whatever. So keep the communication focused on the children. That will be healthy communication. Keep the communication focused on the children when you communicate with your ex-partner. What school, what meds, what doctor, whether the child is going to take therapy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? So keeping the communication. Focus on your children will have less stress for everybody, especially when they are present. Give them the confidence to communicate any problem to the other partner. It's okay. It is okay if they call mom and dad and say, we have this problem today. Don't worry about it. And hopefully you can trust each other for say, okay, he or she solved it already. Yeah. Don't make a big deal or big drama about it. Don't need to make drama when they don't, when there is no drama needed, because remember, all this drama goes to your children's belly or headache or all of these problems. Listen to the preference of your children. Don't be worried about. Your child may say, I love to be with my dad because we play video games. And you say, good. That doesn't mean, mom, I don't love you. It doesn't mean that. It just means I was having fun. Or if your child say, I love with my mom because she cooks so amazing pozole. That doesn't mean I don't love you, Dad. That means you don't do the pozole like my mom. And face it, maybe that is true. Yeah. So don't worry about the children having fun in the other place. It has nothing to do with love. It's just fun. It's just children. They love to have fun. Yeah. So be willing to report anything that is your concern. If you are concerned that the new partner may be abusive, or you are concerned that blah, 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 don't be shy about reporting. Be wise about reporting. And let me tell you why, because it's very common between divorce, especially recently divorced parents, that they run to CPS for everything. And then the CPS, they already identify them and like, oh, yeah. But if you have truly concerns, if you are truly concerned, please say so. Because you will rest and your child will be protected. If there is monetary problems or legal issues or something, use the proper venues. Don't use your child for that. The less stress you give to your child in this exchange is the happier your child will be. I know you divorced that person or you separated from that person for a reason. I'm not asking you to like that person. I'm just asking you to be in the best possible communication way or the best behavior so your children can have the best experience. Is it possible for your children to be okay when the parents are separated? Yes, totally possible. So don't worry if you do your part, even if the other partner doesn't seem to be doing their part in your eyes. If you do your part, you are doing great things for your children. I truly believe you can become a better father or better mother. I truly believe you can learn more. I truly believe you are doing a lot of things because you love your child. I truly believe that. So, I hope this episode was helpful. Send me the feedback or share it or keep it and listen it again or whatever. Of course, this is not a substitute for you and have a good, amazing family therapy session with your psychologist. And it's not any advice personal because I don't know you personally. It's just my experience of these years of working with families, of these 20-something years in working with families. At the end of the day, what matters is how your children are going to become adults, how your children have experiences with you as a parent. This is what is important at the end of the day. Have fun. I hope you do well. Be happy. Thank you for listening, and until the next episode. Bye for now. We have reached the end of another episode of the podcast Emotions in Harmony. See you the next week. Visit www.emotionsinharmony.org, where you can subscribe, find the notes, and be in direct contact with me. Thanks for listening.